Hello guys and welcome to my channel. In this video, we are going to learn how to create this awesome looking retro Greek fusion using Photoshop. So without any further ado, let's get started. So I'm going to open up my Photoshop and as you can see I have the picture already loaded, and using the quick selection tool I'm going to select the sculpture and okay. And let's don't worry about the selecting it a bit over because we can unselect the extras later on by pressing alt or option key, and we have deselected the extras a bit down here, and now we click on the refine edge. We are going to select new layer with layer mask and just smoothen the edges up a bit. Okay, now we have a new layer with layer mask, and this will help us clean the subject a bit more. Control plus to zoom in and let's clean it up. I'm going to use a brush, a normal round brush, and by clicking on the layer mask and now press X to invert the colors. Now I'm going to clean it up and a bit here, just a bit. Okay, and now I'm going to drag it down, clean it here. Okay, let's Control Z and redo it, and a bit here. Okay, and a bit here and here. Let's clean it up, nice and easy. Let's see if we have anywhere else to clean it up. Let's a bit here. Let's just clean it up real nice so it looks good. And let's zoom out, and here we are. We have cleaned this up. So now we are going to create a new page, and I'm going to name it retro. It's going to be about 1000 by 1000 pixels. It's a square. So we go back to the head, white head, and now we are going to drag it across the page to the other page. And oh, sorry about that. Let's just go back, and okay, we are going to press Ctrl T to resize it and resize it. Let's just resize it. Okay, this looks good, just a bit more, and I guess this looks good. Okay, so press enter or the check sign, zoom in a bit, and press the mask. Now I'm going to clean the sides of the mask using the same technique I used before. And okay, I guess this looks good. Okay, now these are some color palettes that I'll be using in this tutorial, and now using the gradient tool I'm going to give it a gradient in the background layer. I'm selecting the darkest colors because it will give it a good background, and press OK. Let's just slide it a bit here and add a bit gradient, a lighter one here, and press OK. Now hold down click, and here we are. We have a gradient in the background. Okay, let's zoom in a bit, and now I'm going to add new layer, and by pressing control command, I'll just click on the layer and mask it, select the color, and by using the brush fill it with the color. Now I'm going to change the layer opacity to soft light. It looks good, and by double clicking on the layer I'll go into the layer styles. By while using the blend F and pressing down alt or option key, I'll separate the dividers and drag it across until I feel it's good and press OK. So here we are done. Now I'll be creating the halo. So for that I'm going to use the circle shape ellipse tool. So make an ellipse. This seems fine, and let's replace it. Okay, and just empty the fill and use the strokes as darker color and increase the stroke length to 5 and align it, like center align it, and 5. Let's stroke it to 5, like 5 and enter. Okay, so it's 5. Now we are going to reshape it a bit and resize it a bit here. I guess this is good. Like rotate it a bit here. Yep, feels good. And now by pressing Control J, I'm going to duplicate it and rename the new layer as a lighter layer. Okay, now I'm going to change the color of this shape. The outer ring and lighter ring. Okay, now I'm going to change the color of this shape, the lighter ring, to a lighter color in the same hue. I'll just go to a brighter side and press OK. Cancel. And now I'm going to change the stroke to a smaller number. I guess 2 will be fine. Let's go to 2. Hmm. Okay, one looks better. So let's do 1. Now I'm going to reshape and resize these both again. Press OK, and here we are. Now press Control J and let's just resize. Okay. Mm, Press Ctrl J to duplicate these two shapes again. And okay, now we are going to duplicate this and group this by pressing Ctrl G and rename the group to darker ring, and the other one Ctrl J, and let's group these and rename these to lighter ring. Now expand the lighter ring group and give it a soft light setting, and for the other one we go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and rasterize shape. Yes, okay, and give it a little bit blur. Okay, to give it a neon look we have to blur it. So the other group, filter, blur, Gaussian blur. Okay, and let's blur it a bit more to give it a fog texture, like a foggy texture, and press OK. We can also give it the other one a blur, and let's give it a blur of a bit more. And okay, we have now achieved a good looking neon texture. Like there is a neon light, and we are going to name it as the halo. Now we have selected the halo group, and we are going to mask it with the sculpture. After masking it, press Ctrl I to invert the mask, and now here we have inverted. I'm going to reveal the halo using the brush and the same technique I used before, and click on the mask on the brush and let's invert it, and let's just brush it up a bit, and here we have our halo. It looks good, it's hidden, like it's it gives us a proper feel of a halo object now. Now using the brush preset I have downloaded from the internet, I have given the link below. It's a cloud brush preset. You can add the cloud brush preset to give it a good look. Now by selecting a lighter color, this, and I'm going to increase the brightness a bit here, like this looks good, a bit too much. Okay, and brush, and here we are. Here we have clouds. It looks a bit good with the clouds, I guess. So let's change the clouds to, okay, let's try these. Okay, these look way better. And oops, oops, that was a mistake. So let's make a new layer for the clouds. Click on the new layer option and place the clouds here. And here we are. Now we are going to save it as save as, and name it whatever you want. I'll name it retro 1, and I'll save it as JPEG, and I'll click save and increase the quality to maximum and press OK. So guys, this was it, and thank you for watching my video, and if you liked it, please subscribe and like.